The green and white of Concordia, the blue and gold of UCLA. Quarterfinal number 3 underway. Down the line, good up. Tapped over by Rama. Somebody's got to go get it. Here comes Decker. Deep corner, area 1-0, Golden Eagles. Concordia typically has been the top D2 team in the league. They come in as the 8th seed, kind of the 3rd best there. As you see, John Hawks, 2nd year at UCLA. Longtime assistant at UC Irvine, UCLA for John Speraw. Took the Loyola head coaching job for a couple of years, comes back to UCLA. And last year he said, there was a lot of pressure. I'm taking over for John Speraw. We just went to the national, we just won 2 national titles in a row. The expectations to win. Feels like here in year 2, they have settled into a nice groove after last year losing the national title game to Long Beach State. Galapo. And that one goes down off the triple. So 2-0 Golden Eagles.
Well,
or excuse me, 2-1.
Concordia just coming in, playing free and loose, right? They can really get after it from behind the service line and swinging as well. UCLA has got to settle in and really find their rhythm.
Cornelius Rowan, blocked. And then put away. It's hard to slow down the entire UCLA team. Only one team has beaten them all year. It was Pepperdine in 5. There are other teams who have played them tough, but there are teams who, man, Cam Thorne, by the way, just so quick with that whip. He's hitting 509.
You could see as Galapa landed there, he landed on his middle blocker and twisted his ankle.
Oh, no.
And that's a player that, you know, everything in him wants to keep going because he's such a huge part of this team. But that looked very painful as he landed on that block and landed on his middle's foot.
That's terrible news early in this match for the top hitter for Concordia. As we take another look, number 1 on your right. Seemed to be okay there. I think it was later in the play.
It was on this play, yeah. You see him land.
Twisted that right ankle. So he's staying in there. Look at that serve at 69. Out of system swing, Decker off the triple. Rowan tries to better the ball. Rama, good dig by Corneliuson. High for Rama, and got that one. Point UCLA. Concordia saying they thought it was out. They won't challenge.
Tremendous effort from Kelly in the backcourt. And both of these middle blockers for UCLA, or excuse me, middle backs, are just so dynamic, move well and use their length. Both Rama and Kelly play great defense there in middle back.
Andrew Rowan hits that one out. He's one of the best servers in the country. 2nd in the league, 7th in the country, Ignatius Merced. Thorne's so quick. He is technically undersized for like what level he's at, but it doesn't matter. He's so fast, 6'4", played a couple years at Grand Canyon, 2-time first-team All-American. He's going to make that 3 times next week. Galapo. Big swing on the right side from Logan Whitaker, the senior from West Palm Beach, Florida. Merrimack transfer.
Whitaker, his 2nd kill, and he has been unafraid, just up and over, hitting hard, blasting that ball. Look at that approach.
And just mildly excited about it. Tipped, and that one falls. So Zach Rama out of the back row.
And where
senior from Phoenix.
Yeah, so good, right? You have Cam Thorne there in the middle. It really, the whole offense works around him, and as they establish Thorne, then they can get that quick pick going, and it's so tough to block. Teams cannot decide, you jump with Thorne, is it a big set? And that opens up the whole offense. There's
so much size for many of these teams. Nobody's bigger than UCLA across the board, though. You may have a few bigger guys like Cole Hartke, 6'11", Oppo for Pepperdine, but Cam Thorne's the short guy. He's 6'4". What? 6'6" setter in Rowan. Nobody up. Forget about it. for David Decker, the senior from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. #1 in the country in aces, #2 in aces percent.
And the hallmark of a good setter is, do they have one-on-ones? Andrew Rowan's pretty good. There was nobody up, right? He's making choices that clear the entire net for his hitters.
Decker, one of the best services we mentioned. Nice one there at 65. And they get him off the service line with the big swing from Thies Cornelissen, the junior from the Netherlands.
I think that's a great point, right? Get their best server off the line fast. Don't allow UCLA to break away with long runs. Concordia doing a nice job just being side out tough.
Paul Schulteis, redshirt freshman from Mission Viejo, California. Touch off the block and down. And Sean Kelly with the kill, the sophomore from Manhattan Beach, who has upped his game. MPSF first teamer, leads the league, hitting .407. You have to have at least 3.3 attacks per set to qualify. He's been outstanding. Still alive. Fisher, high and inside and blocked. I think Zach Rama got it. 8-6 Bruins.
And that super high ball allows the triple block for UCLA to really get set. And that's tough to get past. Look at that, a lot. Not much court to hit into.
Both teams playing well offensively. Concordia, no errors so far, 444. Look at that serve, 70 miles an hour. And good eye by Fisher to get out of the way. He was about to pass that off the block, but everyone's like, you're out of bounds, just let it go.
A good swing and a tool. And like you said, Fisher, of all the places to stand, that's where the ball went.
Whitaker misses it. If you watched the USC Vanguard match just a couple hours ago, we saw a missed serve that we have never seen. I talked to someone who's been coming to matches here for 40 years. They said they had never seen it either. Dylan Klein, who's awesome, had a moment where he missed the ball and it went into the upper deck.
Hard into the upper deck.
Wild.
That back wall.
Like if there were a bunch of buzzards on a power line, they would go scrambling, like that kind of thing. 10-7 on the error there. They get the second for Concordia. They'd avoided them on the first 8. UCLA 6 for 11, no errors, 545. Michael Wong Diallo. A swing off the net by Thies Cornelissen, who led Concordia with 10 kills against UCLA.
Great point. Cornelissen had to adjust his step close that ball because it was off the net. Makes a terrific adjustment to keep the ball in front of him and just use those hands.
How about that from Cam Thorne? Rowan, by the way, when he gets the pass, he turns to his right, looks at the block and the defense, and then makes his decision.
And talk about decision making. I mean, that's split second to be able to assess the defense and then formulate what kind of run you're going to do.
Ace! The first of the day, and Andrew Rowan adds his 51st of the season. Had 5 aces last week in 8 sets against BYU. 12-8 UCLA. He goes long. Bruins aren't just the #1 seed. They aren't just the #1 team in the ABCA poll. They are the unanimous #1. Not a single voter voted for somebody else. They're clearly the best team in the country. And by the way, they're hosting the semifinals and the national championship.
A little more help there.
If they needed anything. That one just a little low as Sean Kelly goes into the block. Concordia with the first block.
Speed, right? The speed of that. Cam Thorne could have hit that. You see how quick that Bick is. And it's almost as if the block jumped with Thorne, and it was so fast. They still were on their way down and were able to get that one.
Habermas. Rama, quicker than the block could get there, into the breadbasket of Whitaker.
Well, and you watch Andrew Rowan set the ball. He has worked so hard in the offseason for the past few years, you know, playing with the national team and playing in the VNL. He has just developed such a consistency and that location. Every single time that ball is located exactly where it's supposed to be.
Going too hot from Zach Rama has really come on. First teamer, the MPSF as well. Part of that gold medal team in the 2023 Pan Am Cup final. That one put down. And it feels like Cam Thorne could probably swing at several of these. Like the combination and the fake of that is really effective.
And that's how defenses, right, have to build their defense around. How do we slow down Cam Thorne, right? You've really got to track him and then make your move to try to figure out who else could kill the ball.
Big kill out of the middle for Paul Schulteis as well. So some good offense going for both these squads.
And Concordia has not been afraid. They are really attacking at the net, swinging hard, finding those open spots on the court.
There's Christian Galapo. Got 10 aces this year. It's such a fast offense. David Decker with we just started. Just a couple.
You could argue any of those.
You cannot, therefore we will not. 15-12, set one. What a dig from Chris Connolly. Bit off the net. Sean Kelly. Joseph Sowers, the libero. They've been alternating with Sowers and Joe Nunez. One set over. Connolly high and inside, and the kill terminated by Sean Kelly.
And unfortunate for Concordia, set that ball over the net, allowing UCLA to run that transition play to Kelly and lengthen their lead a little bit more as they start to break away.
David Decker, great server. Handled by Sowers. Whitaker rises up. Logan Whitaker, one of the captains for Concordia. Good vertical, good arm, says John Gurton. 16-13.
And he approaches with so much power, right? He really gets the most out of that approach. He's got a whip of an arm, and so he can finish strong and quick.
Paul Schulteis goes out. These teams met one time, second match of the year. January 11th, UCLA won 3-0. So that film might even be moldy at this point. It's been a hot minute, very different teams 3 months later. All time series history is 19-1. There was one where Concordia got him. And a little low.
Those professionals and kind of how they work and how they play. He's been able to learn from so many different people to change his already stellar game and improve it and take it to the next level.
Depending on how things go, I mean, as there's an ace from David Decker, Sean Kelly, we talked to you about these guys can serve, man. Sean Kelly, that's his 32nd of the year. And they bring the heat.
And it's hard and fast, but also consistent. They don't make as many errors as, you know, teams of the UCLA past have made. They try to be a little more controlled.
Different philosophy there. John Sproul was like, we're gonna rip it if we have errors, whatever. And then different approach as we check in with Kenzie.
Yeah, Jared, up until that last round of UCLA points, Concordia had kept this match pretty tight. It's just hitting sub 300 despite Christian Galapo is yet to take a swing through this first set. So something to keep an eye on if they can get him going a little bit, see how this match can tighten up.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because of the ankle.
Yeah.
Are they not going to, are they just going to have him pass at this point? He was an opposite, by the way, not playing outside.
Well, and you can see it's still a little tender, and especially when you twist your ankle, the lateral movement is going to be just really tough on it. Had no problem with that.
Yep.
Nice up.
Good dig. Out of system termination. Yeah, Stanford, really interesting because when they've won the MPSF title, 97 and 2010, they won the Natty, as well as that overpass is put away by the setter, Fisher. And so winning this tournament really carries momentum. Now, it is an expanded NCAA tournament, so that affects things. It used to be you're into the semifinals and then a final.
There you go, Final Four.
You had to win 2, but some teams have to win a minimum of 3. Some teams will have to win 4, depending on if you're a 5 through 12 seed.
Well, and you look at the hosting there, it used to be that the top finisher in the conference got to host the MPSF.
Yes.
You know, just recently, the last few years, it's a rotating system, which adds a little bit of change, I think, specifically.
So a successful challenge by Concordia. You get 3 misses.
And what a time for that, right? All the momentum here is Concordia just looking to get to 20, make it close, see if they can do something in the red zone.
So do you think he called under? Okay. Whitaker. Sky high, still playable.
Oh.
Hit by Rama. Cornelissen. Defensive play by Decker. And Rama goes flying into the front row, and that one goes down. And so now it's 19-19. 3 in a row. Make it 5 in a row for the Golden Eagles. Good hustle by Rama. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, it looks like he hit his hip a bit.
Yeah.
But I think this first set is more than they could ask for. They're doing an excellent job putting that pressure on.
We did ask John Hawks, was there anything good about losing to Pepperdine to avoid the you're still undefeated thing? And he said, you know what? I've been asked that by a bunch of people and talked to like Karchgry, Rich Lambert. I was like, thank you for throwing me into that same category. I really appreciate that.
All the great.
He said, honestly, we felt like we lost or almost lost several times. He's like, not just the Pepperdine match. He said, we were down 0-2 to Long Beach State. They reverse swept the Beach. And then USC had match point in a 4th set in which UCLA came back and won as well in 5 at USC. And so they've had a few of those moments, but he said, honestly, it did reset us at practice. We've focused a little more, so there was something good about it. Whitaker, 70 miles an hour. He's got the dig as well. Fisher, Galapo. This has got to go over because it touched the shoulder after the block. First to 20 here. Tip, Nunez all over it. Fisher, Whitaker. What a dig from Connolly. Rowan, Rama tries to throw it at the block. Swings at it hard this time. Galapo, Rama hits it out.
Oh, longest rally of the match, but Concordia's in the net.
Yes, Fisher was in the net, so point UCLA.
Oh, terrific effort on both sides. Scramble defense, everyone working hard, but just getting caught a little bit.
That's a big moment there. The over-aggression from Fisher cost Concordia the chance to get to 21st. A battle here in set number 1. Trent Talafiero with the ace off the bench. What a play by the son of the legend Brandon Talafiero, the all-time assist leader with over 6,000 assists. His son comes in and serves an ace.
Right, Mom Heidi Talafiero played at Stanford as well, and Trent just one of the great players, a fantastic setter as well. It's tough to play behind Rowan, right?
Almost got to trickle over the tape. Yeah, hard to get some playing time there. 21-20 on the miss.
We were talking to the parents actually about the toughest roles to be in volleyball, and that's a serving sub. And they said, try being the parent of the serving sub, right? That is pressure and stress.
Here comes Aiden Case to get a bigger block in there. 6'7" transfer from Grand Canyon. Over the top for Zach Rama. Rama leading the way with 5 kills, no errors on 11 swings for the Bruins.
Well, I think that ace from Talafiero, just an amazing job opening up this first set. When you're ahead by 2 after 20, it gives you a little bit of breathing room.
Fisher Hyde for Galapo, who gets the kill, and that is his 2nd of the match. Just his 4th swing after appearing to twist his ankle earlier in the set. Cuts it to 1.
But he was really active in the backcourt, had a lot of great digs to create opportunities for his team, and this Concordia team is out here fighting.
In the last 3 years, Concordia has not scored 20+ in a set against UCLA since becoming D1. They've done that today. So progress being made as that one goes a touch long from Kai Vogel, serving sub. And then UCLA 18-1 against the MPSF Division II teams. UC Merced won the first set when they played. Only team to take one among the D2s. Tied, 23-22 as Tease Cornelissen out of the back row connects. Both teams hitting over 400. Tremendous offense so far.
Yeah, really fun volleyball, high level, what you would expect at the end of a season.
Matt Fisher, freshman. Nunez back over. Connolly resets. And then crushed. Set point set up by Sean Kelly.
Sean Kelly, as a player, has put on about 15 pounds of muscle over the course of this last year, and he always had the angles and the shots, but now just up that to really good serve.
And he'll come in and get the rock. Yep.
Yeah, let's have a lot of this this UCLA squad, some of the best servers in the country.
He'll get the chance on set point here. Grayson Bradford, the freshman. What a serve off the bench, 66. Logan Whitaker, 4 for 9. Impressive from him in that moment.
When you look at Whitaker land, turn to his team, so much energy and joy, just really enjoying this moment of playing great volleyball.
First due set of the day in this third quarterfinal. Good serve. Set point, and it put away by David Decker, 25-23. UCLA wins 1 and 4. So let's see what the Golden Eagles can muster here in set 2. After out-hitting UCLA 464. If you're Concordia, you're going, are you serious? We hit 464 and lost. They get the net call against UCLA, so 1-0. And that guy's been impressive. Whitaker was 4 for 9 and explosive.
Explosive with a lot of energy, and I think you make a great point. Can Concordia maintain this level of execution? To be good over time is just really important to be successful in this match especially.
We had 2 sweeps earlier in the day, none of them decided by 2. So that was the tightest set of quarterfinal Wednesday so far. And then Whitaker is blocked by the triple, his second error, 1-1.
Well, you saw the triple block on Whitaker, right? Especially after Coach Hawks talked about, hey, that guy's hurting us a bit, right? So you make a little adjustment to the defense and the block scheme to see if you can make some adjustments and slow down the offense.
Nice sub by the middle, Wang Diallo. Rama goes long, his first error on 12 swings. Whitaker will serve. John Gurton of Concordia saying one of our goals was to make the tournament. We haven't had the results we wanted, 7 and 18 coming in, but they were one of the top 8 teams. 10 teams in the league. UC Merced and Menlo did not make the tourney. Next year, Pacific is adding volleyball again, and so there will be 11 teams in the MPSF. And so 3 won't make it next year. And I am unaware of where the tournament will be next year.
Yeah, me too.
Not sure as Rama puts that down. Pepperdine last year, BYU this year. They're rotating it around like you talked about. It used to be the top seed would host. And then before that even, they would do, okay, your first round game you play on your home court, and then you go to the semis in the championship game. So it's evolved quite a bit over the years. As that one goes long from Rowan. But we're excited to be here on this quarterfinal Wednesday, doing 4 games. We'll have the 2 semifinals tomorrow night. We already know one of them, USC and Pepperdine, will be a great one. Winner of this one plays the winner of BYU Stanford. And then the final will be Saturday night. Kevin Barnett, Rich Lamborn will come in and take care of that one, as Cam Thorne gets that one to go. 4 for 5.
And you look at Cam Thorne, you know, most middles run routes. You run routes so you can find openings in the defense. Cam Thorne doesn't need to run routes. He just jumps, and there's your route, right? There's your opening over the block.
What's the equivalent? Travis Kelce as a tight end, like Patrick Mahomes will just find him? You just go out, I'll find you? I don't need to know the predetermined.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't need to run a hitch right here.
Jump, throw it up, and Cam Thorne can get that kill.
Nate Habermas from Bloomington, Minnesota. Some service errors traded by these teams. 8 for UCLA, 5, make it 6 for Concordia now, as Cam Thorne will get his turn, the senior from Hollywood, Florida. He won Best Middle Blocker, the Ryan Millar Award from Off the Block, as UCLA gets the block last year. Ryan Millar, of course, considered the greatest player in BYU history here from this gym. He also won the Dean Blanton Award for the Diversity Award, and about 9 kills and 5 blocks in each of the BYU matches last week. Nobody gets it in the campfire. Had s'mores the other day for the first time in a while. Delicious.
Really?
Still good.
Still good.
Some Samoa cookies involved there. Melty, Hershey's, marshmallow. It was great.
I think the Sugar Shock always.
Oh yeah.
There, right? You
This,
go into
this place is known for Sugar Shocks, man. Provo. Dirty sodas. 6'5". Pounded down the line by David Decker. His 6th assist against BYU last Thursday, by the way, the most from any MPSF team this year.
And that was so smooth, right? In flow, just perfectly located.
A mere 64 miles an hour from Decker. High and back to Whitaker. That was interesting because of how sort of slow developing that was.
Well, and Whitaker knew the shot was to try to go for fingers, but you can just see how that block for UCLA is not allowing him any sort of sunlight space to hit through. He's going to have a triple block every time he goes up.
Decker goes long on that one. A couple of UCLA players have a 1 ace to 2 error ratio, which is hard to do. It's hard to keep that. I know people want 1 to 1. Come on, what are we doing? 1 to 2 is hard enough, and Decker's one of those, where he has over 50 aces but under 100 errors. Well, that's wild to keep the ball in that much and get that many aces.
Exactly, and I think you look at assistant coach Milan Zarkovic, and he has really been instrumental in transforming this UCLA serve. Each player, he's so good at coaching that and really teaching the consistent contact on the ball, and has created some amazing servers.
Decker crushes that one out of the back row.
Sean Kelly coming in actually on the bic.
Thank you. Sean Kelly, tremendous as he will serve it up.
The other tall, lanky, incredibly athletic.
4 for 9, 333 for Sean Kelly. First team all MPSF with Decker. Put up by Connolly. Rowan to Rama, deep corner, area 5.
Tremendous up, obviously Connolly just laying out to create that opportunity, and then what a swing from Zach Rama over the top to the corner. Nobody's digging that ball.
11-6, yelling and a lot of love. Like, he's a hugger and he's fun, and that was quite the get for UCLA because that's one of the best assistant coaches in the country. Combo play. UCLA gets it to go for Sean Kelly. 12-7.
And I think with Milan and then also Alex Knight coming in has been fantastic for this UCLA squad that is very senior heavy, right? So these seniors could maybe have found a groove that they were comfortable with, but then you shake it up with a couple of new assistant coaches, and that just inspires them to change their game and raise it to the next level, and brings an energy that maybe wouldn't have been there if you were just this senior heavy squad.
12-8, Bruins up a set, 25-23 after the deuce set in set 1. Whitaker goes out. How about in this set, UCLA hitting 625, Concordia triple zeros.
Terrific serve again, and you can just feel UCLA just slowly starting to chip away, you know, get further and further away in this second set.
Rolling into the net after the ace. So we're on with 2 aces of the 4 for UCLA tonight. 14-9, set 2. Cornelissen. Rama sky high for Rowan. Decker over the top. but out.
That's Decker's first error. An amazing performance so far, hitting over 800, and he just missed those fingers.
Now a mere 667. Pathetic. Sean Kelly. Whenever you feel like you kind of make a run or whatever, Concordia had a 6-0 run in the first set, which was crazy. It feels like they just have somebody with an answer.
Right.
There's a lot of questions, and they have a lot of answers.
Definitely. And usually it's Sean Kelly on the bic.
Zach Rama curled it into the net. So errors piling up a little bit from the service line for UCLA now with 12, 15, 11.
Well, and you could feel that UCLA was almost starting to roll and run away with it. And then they kind of eased up, took their foot off the gas a bit, opened the door, and now Concordia just a little more energy.
Born inside of the block.
Oh, no.
5 for 6.
See Galeppo again twisting his ankle. He's like, oh, are you kidding me?
Was it the left one now?
Yeah.
He's grimacing. It was the right one in set 1. The left one in set 2. 56-mile-an-hour ace from Cam Thorne.
Well, now
His
when
first.
you see that serve from Thorne, right, it looks like he's going to do a jump float. And so you're kind of prepping yourself, except you see how Concordia's got 4 on the back line trying to defend him. He's going to throw it short, get some help from the equipment.
And he runs right over to his serve coach, Milan Zarkovic. Tickles the tape.
When you look at Cam Thorne behind the service line, this is the guy that gets a serving sub usually, right? Like he doesn't serve that much, and he's been fantastic.
You watch him serve, and you're like, because he whips it with a very long approach, but he does not toss it super high.
It's like a hybrid.
It looks like it's going to be a float, and then it is not. Or maybe it is, and he's just super fast. Matt Fisher, freshman center. One goes out as Connolly eyes it.
I think that's a rough one for Concordia. Not just that it was a miss, but it was so far out. It almost felt like losing focus a bit. Right now, a great time for Concordia to reset, stick that first pass, and get a first ball side out.
Concordia had 16 kills in the first. They have 3 right now. Hitting in the negative, they hit 464. So offensively, totally different. And what we were talking about is like, did you throw your best punch in the first set? And right now it looks like Concordia did. We'll see what set 3 is, but David Decker, one of the top servers in the country, number 2 in aces per set, number 1 in aces. Tickles the tape. And that was easy money for Wang Diallo.
That broke down the tape, right? He just went right through it. Hits that ball so hard. Wang Diallo, no trouble.
It's felt very easy for UCLA in this set. After a tightly contested set 1. Lapo's blocked. Sowers on the dig, and Whitaker a little more involved now. 5 kills for him. 21-13 for the Golden Eagles, trying to come back here down 8 in set 2.
But I think you're right, a great adjustment, obviously, from set 1 to set 2 for UCLA to raise the bar a little bit everywhere. Their serves are tougher. They're running cleaner and slowing down. Their blocking made adjustments on the Concordia offense.
Rama out of the back row. His 8th to lead the Bruins. The overall 1 seed, they tied in the regular season, 13-1 with Pepperdine. They got the 1 seed nod. And they're going to try and win the MPSF title and then host a regional before the semis and championship that they're also hosting. And I think they're hosting no matter what happens anyway. They've had such a good season. They should be the number 1 overall seed regardless.
Oh, great effort from the Eagles. And then
he probably just doesn't have the lift and trust of those ankles after twisting twice. And frankly, they needed him to have a big match to have a chance here. 5th in the league in attacks per set, 9th in kills per set for Christian Galeppo. And he kind of turns both ankles in each set. One at a time, of course. Concordia with the point.
And for Concordia, this is the time right here to just start thinking ahead to set 3, right? To try to get something going, at least offensively. Find that groove and transition offense. Try to pop some balls up so you can take that momentum into the 3rd set.
Kai Vogel, junior from Rancho Cucamonga, had 3 aces off the bench against Jessup on April 10th. And there's an ace right there. First of the day. We can say night now, right? Almost 6 o'clock here. Off the bench, one of the hardest things to do, as we've talked about.
Right,
in most sports, you get a warm-up.
End of set 2. He did 2 shoulder, just like.
Then it was good.
Get your shoulder, good to
fine.
go.
It's not like there's a hitting net like a kicker over there. You can just attack the ball and stay warm. Into the net, set point, UCLA. Concordia hitting triple zeros, UCLA 571, so they bettered their already good set 1 performance. Trent Taliaferro comes in, the sophomore from San Clemente. Part of the USA U19 team. Dad Brandon, the all-time assist leader at UCLA, had 6,840 assists from 97 to 2000. Amazing. And that one is out from Whitaker. Concordia does think they got a touch or it was in. And maybe right dynamic of, you need the grizzled vet who runs the practice. That's Milan Zarkovic. And you need the...
He might not like grizzled.
Adjective. And then you need the... I recently played, as UCLA starts the set with an ace. I recently played with these guys. I'm the relatable kind of former player here with Alex Knight. That's a nice combo.
No, I think you're right. A trainer who can really make change, someone to inspire the team, you know, and Alex Knight, just they're an incredible player in his own right, but also a tremendous coach. He's been a great addition.
Back-to-back aces to start the match. That's 8 for the night for the Bruins, as Sean Kelly goes B2B. He's got 3 now. And that's good producing when you highlight the guy and then he goes for 2 aces. So shout out Harrison Collier. In system put down by Paul Schulteis.
I'm talking to Coach Gurton. He said Schulteis is just an 11 out of 10 person. You know, you couldn't ask for a better person in there working hard. He's great on and off the court. Just a great addition. Especially the redshirt freshman coming in, that long career as he continues to improve. He's got the size and the power and that ability to get better and better.
Michael Wong Diallo, junior from LA. Hometown kid. It's a big city. Brahma. Fish for Whitaker. Decker, they're going to say.
That was so down. You can see Sean
But
Kelly.
you still have to go, no, we got it.
You can see
you just have to, right?
Turn and look at the ref like, please, come on. I don't know. I may have gotten the edge of his pinky.
In baseball, that would be, well, that's a strike. It grazed the zone. Galapo, great serve. That's an ace. And Micah Ma'a would have jumped over those chairs, just saying. Just saying. 3-3. That's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen in this gym. Former UCLA setter Micah Ma'a just chased a ball like that one. Jumped way over the chair, saved the ball. I don't remember if UCLA got the point or not. They probably did, because that's what I remember.
Set it perfectly
Probably.
to the middle?
Probably. To the middle.
Oh,
Connolly.
nice.
Whitaker gets it down the line. 4-3. So a little more juice from Concordia. They come in with 3 kills. They only had 5 all that set. Let's check in with Kenzie Dell.
Jaron, before this set started, Coach Gurton told his team, we're getting away from the first ball contact pressure that we were putting on them in the first set from the service line and in receive. They were passing very well in the first set, allowing their middles to get involved and offense to get going. So he said going into this 3rd set, he wants to see more aggressive service from the service line and getting that first contact back in good position.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. How about Cam Thorne drawing so much of the block that David Decker could have driven a Mack truck through that. I mean, come on.
I think if you are David Decker, Cam Thorne is your best friend.
Oh.
Right? Like this whole
You
season.
think it's Andrew Rowan. No, it's Cam Thorne. He is.
It's both. That just showcases just what a team sport it is, right? Like everyone builds off everyone else. And then when you get to be on the receiving end of that as a hitter, you're just so grateful.
He's going to be tight on the net. Rama pushes over, one and up by Galapo. Fisher, and nicely done by Cornelissen. Concordia's first lead of 2+ on the night. I mean, they had a little back and forth there in set 1, and all because of the up of Galapo. So better juice, 4 for 5 start for the Golden Eagles. They've applied some of what Kenzie was talking about, that John Gurton chatted with his team about. And did they throw their best punch in set 1 or not?
All right, I think they really like the side of the floor, right? They're comfortable, they're back on their home side. They have a little more energy, like you said, and can find a way to be a little sparky there in the offense.
If you're directional, this is south to north, as you see it left to right. How about Connolly flying in there? Decker, Sowers, Whitaker with the tip. Connolly right there as well. Rowan. Looks like he's kneading bread as he's just setting Cam Thorne.
Cam Thorne popped that ball up so high. It looked like, oh yeah, he's going to get it right back. And so quick. He's in the air almost before Rowan touches the ball.
So it's fun for Concordia to have that 2-point lead, huh? Got the lead back, 7-6.
Well, and I think that service pressure of Concordia can really start to find a rhythm. We saw in set 1 that it is possible for UCLA to be a little uncomfortable, right? And feel a little tight and stressed, and that usually starts with that first contact.
(7-7) the score. Set 3 here. Jerem Jordan, Amy Gant, Kenzie Daly, and our crew here in Provo, Utah at BYU for the MPSF quarterfinals. As that one's blocked but out. 8-7 for Concordia. Third quarterfinal of the day. Winner of this one plays tomorrow against the winner of BYU and Stanford. UCLA up 2-0, 25-23, 25-15. 4 ties, 1 lead change, already equaling what we had in the last set. So Concordia coming out inspired and motivated. Season on the line set. If UCLA were to somehow get reverse swept here, and this would be the biggest upset of the season in college volleyball, UCLA would still be the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament because of how good their season's been so far. Sean Kelly with the block. Sowers calls for it. Galapo, Rowan. Connolly's been all over it, covering everything. For the lead again. Galapo, 4 for 10. Fighting through some turned ankles.
And Concordia, just if they can extend the rally a little bit, right, slow down on the block, maybe pop up a ball defensively, they give themselves an opportunity to score out of transition and find a way to work their way back in and try to get this set.
Concordia hitting 545 in this set. They've already equaled the amount of kills from set 2 with 6 versus 5. UCLA, meanwhile, they have 452 in set 1, 571 in set 2. Right now, 2 for 7, 286. Can slow down a touch. Kelly, Cornelissen, Fisher, Galapo blocked. 6th block for the Bruins. Concordia, by the way, just with 1 on the night. Here's Sean Kelly. Whitaker blocked. Thought that went out. Should be Concordia point. Yeah, it was close, but it was out. It happens so quickly.
It really does. I don't know how they call it. And you could see the team didn't know. You know, no one really celebrated as they look up. Was that in?
We're closer to that area in our booth here. And Yeah, no contest from UCLA as that one goes long. 16 errors for the Golden Eagles, 15 for UCLA. So lots of service errors in this one by these two teams.
Well, and I think that's the fine line that Concordia was talking about before this match. As you see them, look at their passing lanes. They've moved way up because they're going to take this ball with their hands on the float serve.
They're all within 12 feet.
They didn't take their hands.
Yeah, wait a minute.
From the 10-foot line.
This one's over. Sowers. Fisher, tempo, the whiff.
A little low. But going back to Concordia and their serve, obviously you want to put pressure on, but that fine line is just so tough to straddle. How do you keep the pressure on but then not miss too many so that you're giving away even opportunities to score?
Off the tape.
You see that on that serve at the last minute, how UCLA shifted their entire front row to block and screen for their server.
Screening's technically illegal. They never call it, though.
To stand
there you go.
Near the line of sight.
Sowers did have to kind of look around, but they never call screening. And they rarely call 6 seconds on the server. We did see that a couple years ago with the BYU women with Alex Bauer one time. Everyone's confused, like, what? You called that? Took too long, I guess. Rowan on the up. Tight. Concordia wins the joust. And Cam Thorne does Cam Thorne things. So he has been dug one time. 7 for 8, no errors.
Well, and he's really tough because when you're a middle blocker and you're trying to cover your opponent, right? You watch their approach and you try to get in their lane of their approach or see where they are. You can see that Cam Thorne just chills back there and then jumps straight up and hammers the ball. So he's tough to block.
Nice out of system swing by Corneliuson. How about Fisher on the dig? Galapo blocked, and they couldn't quite pop that one back up.
Percentage amazing, but also look and see how many one-on-ones they're getting, right? How much open court are they hitting into? And that is a setter just creating an amazing offense, making terrific decisions.
Decker. Oh, that one falls. Whitaker, it went past him and fell down. 16-11, timeout Concordia. Might be if USC wins, they're probably in my opinion, in the NCAA tournament. I do have them in right now over Lindenwood. I think they would get in if the season ended today, but if they win tomorrow, they're definitely in. I think they're probably in even if they lose. But Pepperdine's securely in. They're just playing for a certain seed in the NCAA tournament.
Right, and to host would be huge for Pepperdine.
And we'll see what they do with that. So it's new this year in the NCAA tournament. 12-team tournament, 7 automatic berths, 2 of which have been clinched already with Belmont Abbey and Fort Valley State. Congrats to them. There are 4 pods of 3. And you might be a team that's a higher seed, like a top 4 seed, but you might have to travel. Like Penn State feels like they're probably going to host a regional, even if they're like the 9th seed.
Having been to Penn State many times over the course of my career. Great place to play, hard place to get to.
Right. I've been there as well for the 2016 men's Final Four. 17-12. Connolly. David Decker with another one. The lefty makes it 18-12. So for example, let's say you're the 1 seed. You get a bye to the second round, but you play the winner of the 5-12.
Right.
So let's say you're the 5 seed and you're Pepperdine. You have to play UCLA and
yeah, exactly.
What? Like, are you crazy? So we'll see how that all plays out as Decker puts another one away. So we might see that where, and that was Jonathan Winder's opinion of Pepperdine, is there will be bracket integrity, but there will be regional travel.
For sure.
Like Amoeba team probably is, he said, Amoeba team's probably going to host one. Ball State probably in position should they win the Amoeba. And if not, they look like that team. Maybe Loyola, but probably Ball State. As there's a block by the Bruins to make it 20-12. UCLA.
I saw it when I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
That's a little tough.
Oh, some singing by the Concordia bench. How about that? One hit out by Decker.
And a rare miss, and that really is a beautiful play. That it's so fast back to Decker. The tempo on that has been so successful all night and just misses.
Just his second error in 14 swings. Whitaker goes long, so 20-14. So here's what I have for seeding as of now. If I was asked, about the correct tell. UCLA at the 1, Hawaii is the 2, Long Beach State the 3, Ball State the 4. Then Pepperdine at 5, 6 Loyola, 7 UC Irvine, 8 USC. Then 4 auto bids from Penn State penciled in as the EIVA, depends on who wins that. Belmont Abbey's already clinched. 11 St. Francis out of the NEC, and then Fort Valley State has clinched. I anticipate they will be the 12. That one's way out. Oh, they're going to call net.
I think that's solid. You should submit it.
I formally submit it. No, we're going to have to see what happens the rest of the week. Because there could be, some bid stealers. If out of the MIVA, if Ball State or Loyola don't win it, that changes.
Yeah.
That USC is the one that should be nervous in that case. I have USC as the last team in. So the next couple of teams out. Lindenwood first out. McKendree, Ohio State, BYU. BYU cannot at-large their way in my opinion. They have to win this tournament. The good news for the Cougars is it's on their home court. And special things have happened in this tournament. Namely, Pepperdine is the 4 seed last year, winning this tournament in that situation. Blocked by UCLA, 22-15, 3 points away for the Bruins from the semifinals.
Added benefit that they don't need, right? Like they already are pretty fantastic and the top team in the country. And then being at home, they're going to be tough to beat. That being said, we talked to Pepperdine about Marv Dunphy saying that they go with is who can you beat today, right? Doesn't matter what has happened this past season. What's important is the game in front of you, and I think anyone can beat anyone on any given night.
For USC, that means Pepperdine, big match. Because if there's any Lindenwood needs to be in sort of conversation, you probably negate that with a win against Pepperdine tomorrow. We'll have that for you on Big Ten Plus as that one goes long from Decker. Greg Polson weighing in on Twitter to me. Lindenwood has no shot. They lost first round of the MIVA. Ball State and Loyola should be in the NCAA unless McKendree wins the MIVA. USC will be in. I agree with that sentiment. I don't think Lindenwood has no shot. I do think they're out at this point, so I guess I agree with that. But McKendree is hoping that they can win the MIVA as Kai Vogel comes in and gets the ace, a timely one to make it 22-17 here in set 3.
And Vogel again off the bench, just being a huge spark. Terrific serve, corner to corner. It's his second ace on the night.
Throwing to Rama off the block, 23-17, 2 points away for UCLA.
Rama, terrific pass just to steady that out. And then running that big. He has carried such a big load for this team this year, especially in the passing lanes. Talking
to John Hawks going, yeah, just challenging to get a timeout. Fisher, Galapo inside of the block, 23-18. Winner of this one gets the winner of Stanford and BYU coming up at 9:30 Eastern time here on Big Ten Plus. That should be a fun one. Stanford won the regular season double at home against BYU. And that one goes out. Match point, UCLA. And here comes Grayson Bradford, all 6'10" of him. Try and serve UCLA to the semis.
Bradford in a position where he is coming in at the end of sets to try to finish it off.
Not bad for the freshman. High School National Player of the Year. Tickles the tape, 67. Whitaker off the block and out. Cam Thorne doing a best Michael Jackson move to try and find him. The ball. Match point 2.
Yeah, it's so hard when you touch a ball and then it's gone.
Where'd it go? Is the equilibrium thrown off in that moment?
It just messes with you because it could be anywhere. So
yeah.
There's a sense of like panic.
The panic. Christian Galapo. Match point 2.
Oh, what a set.
Decker still alive, one-handed and hit across. Cornelison for the match. Got it to go for David Decker. 25-19. And UCLA is